Do you remember when volleyball came into your life? I'm sure you were a little toddler, but what was that like? Do you remember?
Actually, it was here. I came to a camp at Garden Spot, and you were only allowed to start in 4th grade. But I wanted to play so bad, so my parents talked to Mr. Werner, and they knew him because my brother played basketball for him. And they're like, can she come? Like, she wants to play. And my parents played like in rec leagues and stuff, so I was always around it. So then I came in 3rd grade, and that's kind of where it all started.
3rd grade. What was the attraction? Do you remember? Just
I don't remember.
Hitting the ball hard, jumping the net. I mean, what got you hooked? Do you remember?
I think actually it was my parents playing. Probably my dad played, up when he got older and stuff. So I was always around it, and I think I just learned to love it.
And that was your sport, and that's it. And I'm playing.
Exactly.
So you were really little.
Yes, I was.
So even with the 4th graders, you were smaller than them. What was that experience like? Do you remember?
My word. It was a long time ago, but it was a lot of fun. I remember like the camp, they teach you skills, and I remember like the older players would be the leaders and coaches and stuff. So just kind of learned to play, and it was a lot of fun. Did a water balloon toss. I know that was fun, and it was just a good time, good week. Okay.
When did you realize that you were going to be pretty good at this? Do you remember? Middle school or earlier? Or?
I think middle school I got really into it. I played club volleyball for my first year, 7th grade, the spring of 7th grade.
Okay.
So I think then I was like, all right, like I really like this, and I want to be good. So I think Mr. Werner really talked about club, and it was kind of up and coming, and he really pushed for girls to play, and I was really into it, and that first year was a great experience, and I think that's part of the reason why I'm still playing and love club volleyball.
Are you out of eligibility yet? You've been here forever. Seriously, we're going to have to kick you out of here. That's enough.
Yeah, I know, but it's kind of sad, I mean, you see all these people go through, and you're like, oh, they're seniors, and now that's me, and I'm like, what?
Finally?
Yeah.
Senior finally?
Yeah, actually it is nice, but.
Was it a rush playing as a freshman? Because you stepped on campus 9th grade and you were on the court playing.
It was.
What was that like?
It was awesome. I mean, it's such a privilege to play. I mean, honestly, as a freshman, I remember in 8th grade, I was like, I could play, but, you kind of you're like, well, if I play on JV, that's all right too. But, I worked really hard, and, there was a spot for me to play with, Ashley Schneider and Rachel Wanger, and it was awesome. And it was just a good group of girls, and it was awesome to get to the state playoffs my freshman year.
Right away.
So, yeah.
You mentioned some really good names. I mean, seriously, since you got to, middle school, there's been, an awesome group that's come through here. Were you looking up to those kids? And
oh my word.
Share some names for me and who you looked up to.
Yeah. Well, Maria Horning first. I remember her. I mean, I never got to play with her, but she was one of the greatest setters I think I've ever seen play.
Dynamite.
And yeah,
Dynamite.
She is so athletic. It's everything, and she really, inspired me as a leader. I think she's such a great leader and so friendly and personable. She gets along with everybody, and that's so cool. And then Ashley Schneider, I mean, she's one of the best hitters that's come through Garden Spot.
Definitely.
And yeah, even some of the older ones, like Kara Hildebrand, I remember watching her. She went to Eastern then, I think, and just watching them, I mean, it's just exciting. You see their passion for it, and I think that just inspired me. I want to be as good as them. Work hard. And
so it helped you coming up, looking at that group ahead of you, and they were good players.
Yes.
They were really establishing the program here.
Right.
Did you see that from a distance? And when you got here, then the bar was getting raised.
Yeah. And I hope we keep raising that bar, but yeah, definitely they hit the peak, making it to the state finals. That was the first time ever for Garden Spot volleyball, and that was huge. I mean, with Maria and Ashley and Rachel Wanger and Tracy Musser. And
that was a great group. You could go on and 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 on.
All around, they were just a solid group of volleyball players, and got along great.
So you must have been really jonesing when it was your turn, knowing that I'm following in the footsteps of these kids who were so good. Did that charge you up to want to be a better player?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it kind of you think of state playoffs you want to get there. Obviously, it's a huge goal of everyone, but. And I think them getting there really is you know what, we could do this too. It's not totally out of reach. It's attainable, and that was neat to watch. And I was watching in 8th grade, but then, to actually be there my freshman year is awesome. Right. I'd love to get back there, so.
You got one more crack at it here. You got one more crack. For you, and I know you play some hoops, but Is volleyball for you 365 now? Is it pretty much your life?
It is, but you know, I love it. So I think it's like truly my passion. It's so much fun. It's kind of just a place where you can play, you know, just for fun, like in the backyard, whatever. And it's just like a getaway, but it's fun. I mean, I love it. So I wouldn't trade a day for it, you know.
You're glad you came in here first day, freshman year on the team. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Where else do you play? You do more than just guard spot volleyball, obviously.
Yes.
What club stuff do you do?
I play for Norlanco.
Okay.
It's, you know, a bunch of Lancaster-Lebanon girls. Actually, this year I played on a team where we had 11 girls, 10 were each from a different school in the LL League, and then we had one Berks County girl.
Okay.
So that was really neat, and we got along great. And then last summer I played for the high performance team. That was cool. We went to Wisconsin.
Nice.
It was like a nationals sort of thing.
Okay.
And it was like some of the best girls in the state of Pennsylvania, so that was cool to represent our state and play with them.
So it was kind of like states, but at a different kind of a...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just not your high school team.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where have you gone? You mentioned Wisconsin. Where's some
That's
odd spots you've been?
Yeah.
Wisconsin?
Wisconsin's the farthest I think I've been.
Okay.
Then we went, with my club team, I went to Pittsburgh and Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and I think that's about it.
This is kind of a hokey question, but are you kind of blessed that you get to go do these things? I mean, how many kids are going to Wisconsin to play volleyball?
I am.
I mean,
really
what's that
am.
mean to you to get to go do that stuff?
It's
I mean,
awesome. And, you know, it's a huge thanks to my parents, you know, like financially and stuff. It's not cheap, so.
No.
And so I'm really thankful that they can provide for me to allow me to better my skills too and play with some of the best girls in the state or, you know, even the LL League. It's awesome. So big thanks to them. But yeah, it's awesome that I get to go there and
that is cool.
Travel.
Is there, besides, okay, I'm guessing with club ball, it's basically all-star teams, quote unquote, every night and every match. Yeah. Is there any other difference between club and high school ball?
I think definitely the level of play, you know, it's a higher level, you know. You get out there and play with different girls and stuff, which I love. Like, you know, playing with girls from Henfield and Township, and, you know, it's just really awesome. But other than that, I don't think there's a huge difference, except for that you travel and it's just tournaments. It's not like best of 5 matches. It's, you know, you're playing best of 3 in tournaments all day and all weekend, you know, 3-day tournaments. It gets tiring, but
I bet.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys do it sometimes. That's a lot of volleyball.
It is. But
okay, so I mean, it's still serve, dig, set, spike, block, kill.
Definitely.
The same thing, except the competition's a little.
They might hit it a little harder.
Sure. How far have you come as a player? Like you said, you do these things so you can get better and improve.
Right.
Where are you at on the learning curve, do you suppose? Because you've been doing this since 3rd grade, you said.
Yeah.
How far along are you?
I mean, I think I still have a lot to learn, but I've been going to camps, you know, since I was young too, and I think this spring I've worked hard on definitely, you know, improving my game. Like, you know, you can be a good hitter, but you want to get to that next level. You know, there's always that next level, and this spring I've really been working on developing different shots and you know, mixing it up, and I think I can always learn more. So I don't want to say I'm the best player right now. You know, I can definitely get to a higher level. So
when you play these club stuff, are you playing outside or where are they putting you?
Yeah, I actually moved around kind of wherever, which is fun too. You know, not to play the same position all the time, but pretty much front row, outside or right side. So.
Okay. I've noticed in the last couple of years, and also from watching the guys in the spring, your better players will move around. I mean, they just won't be the middle hitter. They'll be on the outside, and all of a sudden, the last couple of years, we have this opposite position, which came out of nowhere. But do you pride yourself in being able to play at a couple different spots if need be? And will you do that this season, do you think, for you guys?
I will. This year, we're definitely going to move me around a lot, you know, wherever I can help the most, I think. Like this year we don't have much height, so it's pretty much me and another girl, you know, we got 5'11", 5'12", or 6 foot, I mean, so we'll see where it goes. You know, I definitely expect myself, you know, I'm preparing myself at least to play different roles and mixing it up and just taking it in stride.
You're probably going to be marked a lot. Does that bother you? I mean, I'm sure there'll be 2 blockers on your side or however that goes.
You know,
you've probably seen that a little bit over the years. I think you'll really see it this season.
Yes, I think
you anxious for that challenge? Does that bother you, or is that a compliment when they double up where you're at?
No, I mean, hey, as a player, you're going to see it. So, if I hope to play in college, so, we're going to see it all the time. And you just got to learn to hit around it or use them or, it just makes you work harder so you can get better, It's a motivation, definitely.
Sure, might make you a better passer, too. If you have an extra pass you can use, you can swing it to the other side.
Exactly.
Volleyball talk, good stuff. Is Hempfield still the measuring stick around here? Yeah, you guys have beaten them, here and there and wherever. But, they're the state champs.
Yes.
Are they the team that everybody is kind of gunning for every September?
Yes, definitely. Actually, we're going to team camp in about a week, and they'll be there, so
you want to beat them in team camp, too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Bring them on.
Of course. But, yeah, they've got a solid team, a lot of great girls, and they all play club. And I played with Chrissy Rickert this spring, and it was fun getting to play with her, like a state champ. That was cool.
Right. I'm sure you're making mental notes, too. Remember this.
Of course.
Remember
exactly.
that.
Yeah, but they're definitely the team to beat this year.
And they have some all-state kids coming back, Rachel Morgan. Do you know those kids? You hang with them and you got to know their game?
I know of them, I played with Rachel when I was younger. She played for Norlanco. Now she went to Yorktown, but I played with her, so we're good friends. And she's a cool girl and very talented volleyball player. And Morgan, I just know from,
being around Lancaster.
In the volleyball
Is that kind of cool? Is that one of the cool things you've gotten out of this? Just kind of meeting, because other kids just maybe show up in August and play volleyball and then move on to basketball. Are you kind of, there's that blessed word again, but do you get a kick out of that you're getting to meet these other kids and go do these things?
Yeah, it's so cool, to know them on a personal level. I mean, obviously the good players, you pick them out oh yeah, that's Morgan or Rachel, but it's cool to know them, and they're such great girls, and definitely have, you can always learn from them too.
Sure.
So they're great girls and work hard.
Recruiting, where are you at? What's going on with college stuff? It's got to be starting here for you, I would think.
Yes, my word, definitely has started. I don't know where I'm going yet.
Okay. No big scoop here. All right.
Yeah, no. Keeping my options open.
Okay.
Definitely. Looking at D2, D3 schools, some of the better programs in D3.
Okay.
And not sure yet. Keeping my options open.
Have you taken visits?
I've taken a few. I went to IUP this spring.
Nice.
And I'm going to take some in the fall here, so I'm excited. I hope I can find the school for me. And, yeah.
Play your season, see how it goes.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll have a lot of eyes on you and college guys.
Hopefully.
Poking around and seeing what you're doing.
Yeah.
A couple more. The tournament you guys host, like a week into the season, is ridiculous. It's a state tournament. It might as well just be states.
It should.
Really. Do you look forward to that? I mean, that's going to be an awesome day.
Oh, my word.
Is it not?
It's one of the best tournaments I've ever been at, actually, probably my whole high school career.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Mr. Werner gets them in here, and it's so cool. Honestly, the better teams you play, the better you become. Mm-hmm. So even if we get our butts handed to us, it's worth it because you get better.
Sure.
So it's awesome playing against some of the best teams in the state.
And it'll be September, so you kind of find out where you are.
Yeah,
kind of
hopefully.
A deal. Learn a little bit about your team and where you're going.
Yeah, so it's not right out of the gate we play those teams, but it'll be good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Seneca Valley, they were in states, and Hempfield's here, and
I think every team that's in it was in states or won a district title or won their league.
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
It's going to be an awesome tournament.
Yeah, it will be.
You guys won your 17th National Academic Award as a team.
Yeah.
How cool is that? You got to be proud of that.
Yes,
That's neat.
I am.
Can you talk about that? What it means to you guys?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we work just as hard on the volleyball court as in the classroom. I mean, I know tons of the girls are in honors classes, and we're always working on homework and stuff. And it's really cool. We work hard, and it's something to be proud of for ourselves, definitely. It's not easy just going to school and playing volleyball, too. So it's really cool that we can work hard and earn that honor.
So you guys are definitely conscious of grades and homeworks and tests and all that. You want to keep that up.
Yeah, and Coach Werner, he's good at pushing us to get your homework done. He's always gives us the speech before preseason, school's gonna start soon. I know you don't want it to, but
you've heard 3 of those now. Could you deliver it to the team?
I probably could. Yes,
you should.
He's good at those speeches.
That's a neat honor. I mean, that's a really cool honor.
Yeah, it is. It's so exciting, and it's good that you put that work into the school too, just as hard as volleyball, and so to get recognized is awesome.